Good morning to all. So we are going to see and start a new topic, rather a subtopic. We'll be seeing this in brief as more in detail you'll be learning about the management of these conditions in your forthcoming semester, sixth semester specifically, where you'll be learning the physical therapy management and in detail each and every peripheral nerve injury. Now peripheral nerves, if we start off, first of all comes the central portion of the whole body, that is specifically brain. Yes, the cerebrum, frontal lobe, temporal, parietal, occipital. Yes. After that, we see the extension of the brain, which is the spinal cord. Yes. After the spinal cord, from each segment, peripheral nerves originate. Yes, depending on what level it is, where it is originating from, and which type of nerve it is, there will be function of this peripheral nerve. When these peripheral nerves get injured after they have originated from the spinal cord, from the inferior, from the moving out of the vertebral column, the segments between the vertebral column. Yes, if it is injured anywhere, it will become as peripheral nervous injury. Yes. Now, how it happens, why it happens, which are the types of injury that can happen. There are two classifications of the injury. What are the things we are going to see and observe in this particular topic. So, when we talk about the peripheral nerves, the most important thing that you need to remember is peripheral nerve injury is utmost common in upper limb compared to lower limb. Almost 90 to 93% or 97% injuries happen in upper extremity, specifically radial nerve. Radial nerve is the most commonly injured nerve of the body. Yes, peripheral nervous injury. Lower limbs account for 3 to 5% of injuries only. And that is also related to lumbosacral region. Sacral. Yes, lumbosacral regions. All the things that we have already seen, spinal cord injury, cord equina syndrome. Yes, so that is also part of peripheral nervous injury. Even they have specifically cord equina. Yes, the last portion where there are only peripheral nerves that are originating. E injured the same complete type of injury. Almost every incomplete type of injury. What we see is peripheral nerve injury because it is not spinal cord, it is extension of spinal cord at the end of the lumbosacral region. Coming to the brain, the spinal cord, and the peripheral nerve injury. Now, if we talk about peripheral nerves are mobile structures. Mobile as in they can move along with the structures that we are used to moving. Say, for example, if we perform circular actions, say, for example, this flexion, this extension, radial deviation, ulnar deviation, pronation, and supination. Now, but these movement, it is not just the muscle is moving. With the muscle, everything moves. May be related to your skin, may that be your superficial fascia, deep fascia, may that be subcutaneous fat, everything moves along with it. Yes, and so do your nervous tissue and vascular tissue. The nerves also, the nerves even any સાથે move થશે whenever you are trying to perform flexion. So radial nerve will be stretched at the wrist joint. Yes, because it is also moving. It is not fixed. Fixed so it if something is fixed and you are trying to move it, so it will break off. Complete disruption. Cut થઈ જશે ત્યાં. Yes, that is not the case. Our nerves do not get cut. An injury not થવા માંડે if you do normal action. Yes, so if you do this, any normal action in any motion that will lead to change in the nervous mobility. That is why it is termed as nervous mobility and vascular mobility. If they are not mobile, it will lead to direct injury. That is what is P and I. Nervous tissue કઈ રીતે injured થઈ શકે? Now nervous tissue as we talk about, nerves supply કરે છે muscles, the muscle perform action. Or if we talk about the ascending tracts, so specific receptors ને stimulate કરશે એનાથી સ્ટાર્ટ થશે and will reach to the brain, to the spinal cord, crossing to the opposite side. If anywhere this nerve gets entrapped as in, say for example, a muscle is being supplied by a specific nerve, yes, and it has its motor units. Also adjacent to it is another muscle, yes, which is supplied by the same nerve but different motor unit. Yes. અને હવે આપણે મસલ્સ વચ્ચે સ્પેસિફિક એક જગ્યા છે એ જગ્યા બીકોઝ ઓફ એની રીઝન મસલ્સ માં ઇન્જરી થાય ઓર નર્વસ ટિશ્યુ માં ડિરેક્ટલી પણ ઇન્જરી થઈ શકે એના લીધે ઇન્ટ્રેક્ટ થઈ જાય ઇન્ફ્લેમેશન ના લીધે દબાઈ જાય entrapment. Yes, the most common condition that you will hear in upper extremity is CTS, carpal tunnel syndrome. Yes, here the median nerve gets entrapped in the wrist joint, specifically the dorsal aspect, where it is supposed to move from flexor retinaculum. Remember the anatomy. Yes, flexor retinaculum median nerve pass thati hoy now because of any reason, because of injury to flexor retinaculum or adjacent muscles, there will be inflammation leading to the syndrome known as carpal tunnel syndrome, and this will lead to entrapment of median nerve. So patient will have tingling numbness type of sensation continuously in the fingers. Yes. Supplied by the, of course, median nerve. So that is first of the entrapment syndrome. Also, one other reason for injury to peripheral nerve, બીજું શું reason હોઈ શકે? Direct injury. Yes, direct blow, whether be in any form. So, direct injury. Now, injuries can be because of many reasons. We have talked about this in spinal cord. We have talked about traumatic brain injury. All this may lead to also entrapment or you can say directly injury. The first thing is, of course, RTA, road traffic accident, doing mode of action, ગમે ત્યારે હાથ કોઈ બે વસ્તુ વચ્ચે આવી જશે, directly it can lead to the injury. It will be sometimes incomplete type of injury. Sword injury or any sharp object directly coming in contact with the skin, fascia, superficial, deep fascia, muscles, nerves, બધું પડશે. So that is also one of the conditions or one of the cause of such a peripheral nerve injury. Gunshot wounds is also one of the mechanism of injury. Also, at times, specifically, a direct blow over the nerve which is superficial will lead to the injury. The most common example is common peroneal nerve. Yes, common peroneal nerve passes through exactly the posterior aspect or the posterior fossa of the knee joint. Yes, so ત્યાં directly કોઈ પણ blow આવશે શું થશે? Foot drop directly. Yes, by foot drop, the action of or providing of carpal tunnel syndrome is specifically dorsiflexus. So dorsiflexus weak થઈ જશે, paralyzed થઈ જશે, and directly it will lead to complete injury, that is paralysis of the dorsiflexus leading to foot drop. Yes, so in because of these two mechanisms, entrapment and direct injury. Entrapment means the વસ્તુ ગોચિત દબાઈ જાય. That is entrapment because of any reason. Entrapment because of surrounding structures માં કઈ problems or itself nerve માં કઈ problems. Nerve માં problem ત્યારે આવે direct injury say so. If it is direct injury, it will lead to more and more signs and symptoms. Yes. We are going to see specifically which classification we can use to define what type of injury it is. Spinal cord injury measure Asia classification was there, in which we were given incomplete, say, complete, say, what is the neurological level, sensory level, motor level. Similarly, આમાં થશે કેટલી nerve injured છે. કેટલી nerve injured છે કઈ રીતે ખબર પડે? પહેલા આપણે જોવું પડે what a nerve is made up of. Yes, so that is why we are going to see some anatomical aspect of how a nerve is made. So as the diagram represents, the nerve is first of all, the basic and structural unit is neuron. Neuron comprises of cell body, dendrites, axons, and so which is also axons are covered by schwann cell. Yes, So that is the structure of a neuron. You already are aware of the structure of neuron. Yes, axons, nucleus. This is soma, cytoplasm of the nucleus. Also, these are the axons which are covered by the myelin sheath. Myelin sheath of function एक अच्छे, it helps in faster conduction and does not allow disruption of signal to adjacent neurons. So બાજુમાં બીજા neuron ને આ signal ના મળી જાય તે એક barrier છે, and also this barrier helps to move the signal faster along the route of the nerve or the neuron. These are dendrites. Dendrites will contain vesicles, vesicles which are filled with the neurotransmitters. Yes, which will cross the synapse and communicate with the opposite neurons, axon. Yes, axon and dendrites. They are continuously in contact and they will transmit the signal from one point to the next. Also, after we see that आने एक layer cover करती है that is termed as endoneurium. Yes, remember the term endoneurium. Endoneurium is something that is covering the whole individual nerve fibers in an inner layer. So that is endoneurium. Now, many endoneuriums together, many structures, fibers together, they form a vesicle. This is a single vesicle. Yes, એને પણ એક layer cover કરતી હશે એને કહેવાય perineum. Yes, like the muscle structure, જે myofibril, myocell, of the structures છે same way. A nerve is also covered by perineum, Schwann cells પેલા, Schwann cells ઘણા બધા એટલે you can say a neuron ઘણા બધા ભેગા થઈને એક ફાઈબર બનાવશે, ફાઈબર માંથી ઘણા બધા ભેગા થઈને એક વેસિકલ બનાવશે અને પછી એક આખી નર્વ બને. એ નર્વ નું પણ એક કવરિંગ છે which is termed as epineuron. Yes, so the innermost neuron ની સૌથી નજીક હોય Schwann cells, એને કવર કરતા ઘણા બધા ન્યુરોન્સ ને કવર કરતું હશે એન્ડોન્યુરિયમ, ઘણા બધા એન્ડોન્યુરિયમ ને કવર કરતું હશે પેરિન્યુરિયમ, and પેરિન્યુરિયમ આખા નર્વ ને કવર કરતું હશે એપિન્યુરિયમ. Yes, so you need to remember this. So if we draw a diagram describing which are the layers, just a flow chart like in the last lecture we have described. Flow charts are the best way to recollect what you have learned. Yes. So just to recollect, a neuron specifically covered by Schwann cells, forming the fiber, covered by endoneurium, forming the vesicle, covered by perineurium, and the whole nerve, which is also covered by the neuron, which is covered. This is one neuron, structure of an axon, part of a neuron covered by Schwann cell. Schwann cell vesicle, vesicle covered by endoneurium, endoneurium. Sorry, endoneurium is the covering of the nerve fiber. Fiber vesicle, vesicle will be covered by perineurium, and the whole nerve is the whole will be covered by epineuron. Yes. So depending which structure is injured, depending on how much the pressure is generated on the nerve. હવે કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ, say for example, these are the layers that we have talked about so far. Yes. So this is the neuron, this is Schwann cell, this is endoneurium, this is perineurium, and this is now જ્યારે પણ injury થશે ત્યારે direct blow આવશે nerve ઉપર. So the first structure that will be disrupted always will be the center portion. કોઈ પણ વસ્તુને દબાવો તો શું થશે એની outer layer પેલા break નહીં થાય, pressure સૌથી પહેલા ક્યાં આવશે? If I am holding this fan and I am going to blow this, yes, if for example this is a elastic structure, rubber band. Yes, if a rubber band is pushed down and there are multiple rubber bands within this, તો સૌથી વધારે pressure ક્યાં આવે છે? outer ઉપર નહીં, સૌથી વધારે pressure આવે છે inner. તો ઇન્જરી થશે એ સૌથી વધારે સેન્ટરમાં અફેક્ટ કરશે, પછી આઉટર લેયર, પછી એના આઉટર લેયર, પછી અગેન આઉટર લેયર, લાસ્ટ વિલ બી ધ મોસ્ટ આઉટર લેયર that will be disturbed. So the center is at the maximum tension. એનું સરફેસ એરિયા નાનું છે compared to the last one. અને pressure છે ને આવશે બંને direction માંથી. તો surface area divided by the pressure સૌથી વધારે force એની ઉપર લાગશે. That is why axon પહેલા disrupt થઈ જશે, પછી Schwanzell થશે, પછી endothelium, peritoneum, epithelium. In those orders, it will go and get disrupted. Yes, depending on this, when you structure it, the classifications. So this is something that we described in a flow chart. So this is endothelium covering one portion of the nerve fiber. This is peritoneum covering the whole cycle, and the whole nerve is being covered by epithelium. Yes, you need to remember these. That is when you will be able to understand which portion is being affected and how much. More the portions are affected, better, or sorry, worse will be the prognosis. Simply, yes. જેટલા વધારે affect થશે, for example, endothelium ખાલી affected છે, તો prognosis એનું good કહેવાય. Peritoneum plus endothelium affected છે, so it will be average. But if all the three are affected, it will be worse. ત્રણે ત્રણ જો layers, ત્રણે ત્રણ structures involved છે, એ completely disrupt થઈ જાય. That means જો epithelium જ્યારે પણ affect થશે, that means the nerve is cut completely. આખી nerve cut થઈ જાય તો જ epithelium damage થાય. So that is the worst prognosis. Yes, nerve ના બે છેડા થઈ જાય, બે ટુકડા થઈ જાય, બે ટુકડા થઈ જશે, એ પાછા છેડા ભેગા નહીં થઈ શકે, depending on the distance between those structures. Also, this is the axon, the same circle that we made. If it is an axon, first the myelin sheath, then will be the endothelium, and then will be the peritoneum, and last will be the epithelium. Yes, so according to that, we are going to see which are the classifications for the same. Before we move, we already know these things. What is a dermatome and what is a myotome? So, dermatome is a area of the skin that is being provided by a nerve supplying that specific part of the body. Say, for example, this is the spinal cord. And say, for example, C7 is moving out on one side. Of course, it will move from both sides. If we are just considering, say, for example, left. So, left side, the specific area of the arm, it is supplying. That is to be checked. Okay, whenever you are going to see if which nerve is affected, same as in spinal cord injury, after assessment pursue coach cover person, which part is affected. So in C7, when we are going to see the patient supplying specifically C7 region, and we ask the patient to close the eyes, we check for superficial deep combined cortical sensations, and we observe that out of all the things, this specific portion is affected, this specific patch is affected on the arm. That will tell you that yes, peripheral nerve C7 is injured. Also, one important question arises: spinal cord injury માં પણ આ થાય છે, and here also peripheral nervous injury માં પણ આ થાય છે. So what will be the difference? The only difference that you can make out is the sign. So always remember, peripheral nervous injury or peripheral nerve injury, it always, no exception, be element type of signs and symptoms. Yes, complete facility, no spasticity, no recovery in that way, areflexia, no hyperreflexia. Yes, so decreased tone, flaccidity, no spasticity or rigidity, and always will be no reflexes or decreased, diminished reflex, areflexia or hyporeflexia. That will be possible in peripheral nerve injury. But in spinal cord injury, we have seen at the level of lesion, it will be element type of sign and symptom, but below the level of lesion, it will be UMN. UMN are a point, surely it is not peripheral nerve injury. So this is differential diagnosis. UMN signs 100% is not peripheral nerve injury you are talking about spinal cord. Difference that we need to remember. So dermatome is an area of the skin supplied by a single spinal groove. A spinal groove which are affect by, for example, C7. C7 specific area provided for this on the arm. Checking, you are finding that yes, there is hypo or diminished or absent sensation After that, you can conclude, yes, this is C7 involving some type of nerve injury. Yes. Myotomes, as the name suggests, represent a muscle unit that is being supplied by a single spinal root. So C7 supplying the muscle directly. Any action તમે check કરો and you find it has decreased or there is no action of this muscle. Any action જ નથી, paralyzed થઈ ગયું છે muscle. 100% you can say it will be C7 type of nerve injury, peripheral nerve injury. Again, myotome and dermatome, you have to differentiate from spinal cord injury and peripheral nerve injury. Only difference, one will have all the signs and symptoms of LMN, other will have UMN plus LMN. The spinal cord injury my UMN LMN both signs of. But in peripheral nerve injury, it will always be LMN type signs and symptoms. That is how you differentiate between the both conditions. That is one. Yes. So now three terms that we need to understand. Only three terms if we do understand, this is more than enough to learn about the first classification. First, there are two classifications. Sentence classification, which we are going to see in this lecture, and next Sunderland's classification that we are going to see in the next lecture. So, first Sunderland's classification that states we have three types of nerve injuries, peripheral nerve injuries. We can divide it into three subtypes. Yes. So first, second, and third. First is known as neurapraxia. Neurapraxia is nothing else but entrapment. Yes. કોઈ પણ સ્ટ્રક્ચર ડેમેજ નથી થતું નાનું. એક્ઝોન ઇન્ટેક્ટ છે, માઇલિન શીથ ઇન્ટેક્ટ છે, એપિથેલિયમ, પેરિથેલિયમ, એન્ડોથેલિયમ બધું જ ઇન્ટેક્ટ છે. શું થાય છે ખાલી એની ઉપર પ્રેશર આવ્યું છે એટલે એનું ફંક્શન નથી થતું. યસ. So we read temporary paralysis. Temporary also means reversible. It is still reversible. Of a nerve caused by lack of blood flow or by the pressure on the affected nerve with no loss of structural continuity. Structures બધા intact. બધા જે આપણે structures axon, myelin sheath, endothelium, perineurium, epithelium બધું જ intact છે. Structure માં કાંઈ જ વાંધો નથી. Just pressure આવે છે બહારથી or there is some injury still it has not disrupted this part. બધો structure normal છે. That is what is termed as neurapraxia. Yes, remember the terms. Neurapraxia. This is the first classification. So, neurapraxia is nothing જે આપણે causes માં વાત કરી હતી, it is entrapment. Yes, the rest of two are intact. Few structures or most structures, and depending on that, we are going to see the cause will always be related to direct injury, direct blow to the nerve. So second is axontomasis. Axontomasis, that means neural tube is intact, but axons are disrupted, nerves are likely to recover. So આપણે જે વાત કરી, બહારથી પ્રેશર આવશે તો સૌથી વધારે ડેમેજ થશે axon, the neural tube that will be disrupted. Yes. But the coverings they will be intact overage. Yes, so myelin sheath and axons may be affected, but epithelium, endothelium, and perineurium all three will be continuously intact. This is termed as axontomasis. Yes. And this is also likely to recover because the structures, rest of the structures are normal. Axons for which time they might recover. There are some specific conditions in which they are going to recover. Which are those we'll discuss later. And last, neurontomasis or neurotomasis. That is, neural tube is severed. Neural tube, right? Axons, myelin specifically. Injuries are likely permanent without repair. So, continuously all the structures are affected. Yes, that is what is neurontomasis. And this type of injury will remain permanent, cannot be reversed. If our injury is permanent change નહીં. Now we define the three ranges. બરાબર, epithelium, endothelium, perineurium and epithelium. So એક લેવલ ઉપર પણ injury થાય તો એને શું કહેવાય? This is a new classification or the second classification what we are going to study in the next lecture, that is Sunderland's classification. Yes. So એક injured tube તો શું કહેવાય એને, second injured tube શું કહેવાય, third injured tube શું કહેવાય. So first we need to remember three things. Neurapraxia એટલે entrap થાય છે, બધા સ્ટ્રક્ચર ઇન્ટેક્ટ છે, કોઈ પણ નવ કે ઇન્જરી નથી, ખાલી દબાઈ ગઈ. Second, axontomasis, neural tube is intact but axons are disrupted. the structures surrounding epithelium, peritoneum, endothelium, they are all intact. And neuron nemesis, that is neural tube is severe, but neural tube, that is neuron nemesis. So first and third starts with neuro, and middle starts with exo. Yes. So neurapraxia, exontemesis, and neurotemesis. Temesis means cut or injury. Yes, so it will be easy to remember. The telanpraxia is just entrapment. खाली दबाई है. Neurotemesis, neurapraxia, exontemesis, and neurotemesis. That is what is the first classification you have to remember. That is also Sutton's classification of peripheral nerve injury. Yes. With this, we'll just revise. We saw what? First of all, what is a peripheral nerve? Where does it originate from? From the way to spinal cord, peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system comprises motor, sensory, both parts. When it is affecting the motor part, if you want to check, you go for myotomes. You want to check for the sensory part, you go for the dermatomes. Yes. After this, we see that the neuron or the nerve is completely mobile structure. It is not fixed. It fixed નથી fixed હોય ને તમે કોઈ પણ movement કરવાની try કરો તો એ disrupt થઈ જશે. Disrupt થઈ જાય, that means it will not serve its purpose. It is cut, બધું paralysis આવી જશે. Also, peripheral nervous injury is always element type of lesion. Why? Because it has originated and after that only it is getting injured. Yes. So interneuron is not affected. Only level we demarcated कि UMH एक element below the interneuron level, alpha motor neuron level, it is demarcated. क्या injury થાય, that is peripheral injury, हमेशा element. Then we saw the structure of the neuron. We described about the axon covering is the span cell forming the fibers. Fibers covered by endothelium, covered making a fascicle covered by perineum, and forming the whole nerve is covered by the epithelium. Yes, we need to remember this circle so that it is easier for us to imagine what is going on in the classification of nervous injury. So first that we saw was Sutton's classification, neurapraxia, જેમાં કોઈ injury નથી, just entrapment, exontemesis, axon, neural tube is intact, but axons are disrupted, and neurontemesis, acute structure disrupted. Yes, next, in the next lecture, we are going to see which are the other forms or other classification, Sutton's classification of peripheral nerve injury. Any questions you have till now? Please ask in the chat.